Good morning, all. REVA University is a university of academic excellence with innovative pedagogy, best mentors and faculty with vast industry experience offering modern education of global standards. REVA Business School is established with a long-term vision to educate and empower the next generation managers and leaders to build sustainable business, which will not only enable them in achieving operational efficiency, excellence, but also explore new business models. The business school is consciously putting an effort to achieve this, and one such originality is the REVA Business School Distinguished Lecture Series. It is my pleasure to cordially welcome our Chancellor, Sir, Dr. P. Shamaraju, for this event. Welcome, sir. Hearty welcome to our Vice Chancellor, Sir, Dr. Dhananjaya. Welcome, sir. Special welcome to Dr. Gaurav Pradhan, our distinguished guest of the day. Warm welcome to our Dean, REVA Business School, Dr. Shubaye. Cheerful welcome to all the friends from industry, faculty members and dear students. Welcome everybody to the REVA Business School Distinguished Lecture Series 5, Path to Strategic Business Leadership in Multipolar World. I now request the gathering to raise for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
It gives me immense pleasure to introduce our guest of honor for today's RBS Distinguished Lecture Series. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have with us Dr. Gaurav Pradhan, Global ICT Professional, Data Scientist, and Keynote Professional Speaker. He is a high-performing technology executive and strategic business leader with more than 30 years of colossal professional experience in various domains such as retail, hospitality, tourism, pharma, manufacturing, automobile, healthcare, government, energy, media, logistics, education, mining, public transport. Dr. Pradhan was ex-executive member of South Africa Chamber of Commerce and Industry as a subject matter expert on telecom, banking, ITC, Infrastructure and Skill Development Committee. He was also the ex-advisor on ICT to Standard & Poor USA. Conducts masterclasses on future CIO, keynote speaker or panel chair in global conferences on digital world, ex-advisor to President of South Africa. Some of his special assignments include visiting CXO, mentor and advisor to telecom companies as independent consultant, New York Mellon Bank on actuate reporting, external consultant to consumer electronics and e-commerce companies, consulted HSBC, ML, AT&T, Chase, and Goldman Sachs on various technology solutions, management, and ICT technology to B2B and B2C businesses, advisor to Nigeria Senate on ITC and e-commerce, senior panel member on South Africa CIO Forum. His popular keynote sessions were on social storytelling, social integration, crowdsourcing, visual thinking, product and solution innovation, future CIOs. Dr. Pradhan has received several awards and accolades. He has awarded with Hind Ratan Jewel of India Award 2010 by NRI Association and Union Minister, Heavy Industries, Government of India. He has been awarded by the Greater Africa CSSA as Top 10 Visionary CIO RSA. He has also ranked 10th in the global top 100 most social CIOs by Huffington Post UK 2015 and 2016. He bagged the Innovator of the Year 2008 and 9 by Department of Science and Technology. He also seized the South Africa Entrepreneur of the Year 2006-2007 by the Department of Social Science and Technology, South Africa. Dr. Pradhan is career marked by IT leaders' roles with industry leaders like Time Tunnel Consulting, Cognizant, and HP. Some of his intellectual properties include Virtual Eye, Short-Term Insurance Fraud Prevention, Cabbage, Enterprise Workflow, MyWatt, Distributed Renewable Power Generation and Management, Cards, Real-Time Virtual Casino, F2S, Digital Supply Management from Farm to Shelf, COE, Gaurav's COE Development Methodology, WITA, Online Finance Management for Startups and Small Companies. A day is not enough to know about this notable eminent guest. It is such an honor to have you amongst us, sir. I now request our dignitaries, Chancellor Sir, Vice Chancellor Sir, to come up on the dais and felicitate our eminent guest. Request our guest to come on the dais and accept our felicitation. I also request our Dean Madam to join. Thank you, dignitaries. As our Chancellor, sir, is on a busy schedule today, he would be leaving now. Thank you, sir, for all your support and always being with us. Thank you, sir. Before I hand over the session, few instructions to our students. As the session is time-bound and it should be ending by 11:20 and 10 minutes for the event closure, I request students to be ready with your questions, state them clearly, and be specific. Yes. I now hand over the session to Dr. Gaurav Pradhan. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. Very good morning to all of you. What is the most convenient language I should speak, English or Hindi? Can everybody understand Hindi? No, sir? Who said no? Raise your hand. Okay, let me do it in English. First of all, I first time came to know that I have so much of achievement. Nobody told me like that before. So it was a shocker. I mean, I was literally thinking, when did I did that? But anyway, they must have picked up from somewhere. Thank you, REVA Business School, for giving me an opportunity to talk to you all. I hope you folks are from MBA classes? All of you? Okay. And how many of you are from MBA marketing? Can anybody raise hand? MBA systems? MBA HR? HR is more than, where is my Toyota Kirloskar HR team? See, there are so many out there. When we talk about this subject, path to strategic business leadership in multipolar world, do you really understand what that topic is all about? This topic is very loaded. There are three key elements here: strategy, business leadership, and multipolar world. Unless we understand the strategy, unless we understand the business leadership, unless we understand the multipolar world, we cannot have a path. So to understand the path, you as a young professionals entering into the corporate world, it is important to understand what I mean by strategy, business leadership, and multipolar world. रामायण किसने पढ़ी है? हाथ खड़ा करो. Raise your hand. How many people actually know Ramayana? I thought 100% hand would be up, but I am sorry. Ramayana, you all know there is a Ravan, there is Bhagwan Shri Ram. That is, everyone knows. You are interactive. I want to be interactive. Yes or no? Yes, sir. Great. Now, Bhagwan Shri Ram left Ayodhya, went on a 14 years of exile, and he was roaming around. Naturally, he wasn't with his army. He didn't have the power of Ayodhya army. He was all alone with his brother and wife. On the other hand, Ravan was sitting in his kingdom. So when the fight started between Sri Ram and Ravan, Ravan has all the wealth in the world. His Lanka was made of gold. Ravan has all the powerful army, all his brother. He was blessed by Mahadev with Divya Astra, those weapons. He was Param Bhakt of Mahadev. He was a Brahman. He had virtually everything. And on the other hand, Bhagwan Sri Ram was fighting without an army, with a set of monkeys, you can call them. He didn't have Lanka. He didn't have so many Divyas, and he was not Param Bhakt of Mahadev as Raman was. Still, Sri Ram won the war. With all the might, wealth, and everything in this world, Ravan lost, but Sri Ram won. Why? Sorry? Because चरित्र श्री राम के पास था, रावण के पास नहीं था. माता सीता का अपहरण करने के बाद, आफ्टर किडनैपिंग माता सीता, Ravan lost the charitra, the character. So as you enter into the corporate world tomorrow, the one most important factor in your life ever going to be is your character. Character is the foundation of the building which you are going to build over the next 30, 40, 50 years in your corporate life, or as an entrepreneur, or in whatever field, public life you want to build up. The character is the most important. Problem is where? Problem is 2-minute fame. How many of you are on Instagram? Raise your hand. See, the most stupid social media today I call is Instagram. It's all about 2-minute fame. 30-second reel, कमर हिलाई, फेम हो गए, 100,000 लाइक्स आ गए, 1 मिलियन फॉलोअर हैं, अब इससे आगे ज़्यादा नहीं बोल सकते क्योंकि मेरे लिए तो सेंसर है, इंस्टाग्राम पे वो सेंसर नहीं होता है. Yesterday, while traveling, I came across a lady at the airport, and there were youngsters who were flocking her and taking photograph, and I couldn't understand who this celebrity is. So I took like this, I took a picture and sent it to one of my guy and said, "ये कौन है?" तो उसका जवाब आया, 2 लिंक आए, कहता देख लो पहचान लोगे. वहां पर फेम है. She has the fame, but she has no credibility. What is her contribution to the society, to the people, to the family, to the nation, to her school or college, wherever she is from, or to the business, whatever she is from, except she can shake her body. So first lesson, when we understand this topic, the path to journey of your corporate world start from your character. Don't get carried away with 2-minute fame. I am not asking you to leave Instagram. Please continue. They also want to make money. That is also a corporate world. Some of you may get a job there. So you will do exactly what others are doing. Because at the end of the day, you need your salary. Can I have a glass of water, please? So you need to, thanks, Pradhan. How do you open? This is a very high technology bottle, I guess. No. It's okay. Oh, you have it there? Thank you. No problem. So, the path of your corporate world always start from your character. Please pay a lot of attention to it. Now, how the character is developed. I always teach, when I teach in my class in Sanatan Leadership Program, I always say that the character comes from mother. I'm sure the ladies would be mothers in couple of years. The character always comes from mother. माँ प्रथम गुरु होती है शास्त्रों के अनुसार. हमारा ये मानना है सनातन में, माँ प्रथम गुरु होती है. Because when the mother sit and put the child on her laps, she show the child everything she is seeing. जो माँ देख रही है वो ही बच्चे को दिखाती है. वहां से चरित्र आता है. और पिता बच्चे को अपने कंधे पे बिठालता है ताकि वो हर चीज देख सके जो पिता ने नहीं देखी. इसीलिए माता को मैं हमेशा रामायण कहता हूं और पिता को हमेशा गीता कहता हूं. रामायण सीखनी है तो माँ से सीखो, गीता सीखनी है तो पिता से सीखो. उसके बाद चाणक्य सीखना है. कॉर्पोरेट वर्ल्ड तो गौरव प्रधान है, उसकी कोई टेंशन नहीं है, ठीक है ना. कॉलेज के लिए हमेशा अवेलेबल हो. सो when you enter in the corporate world, while you are in a college, pay a lot of attention of your character. Character means your credibility. Not the 2-minute fame, but do things which are credible. Start writing posts, start sharing your experience, start teaching your colleagues, help them out. I mean, these are all part of the character building exercises. So, the first strategy to the path, if you want to rule the world tomorrow, or if you want to have, I would be very happy if people get more awards than me or achieve a lot more than what I have. Character is the most important factor. Once you achieve the character, what other thing we run, and I'm picking up from my SLP classes, some subjects, is what about a team? We have to work as a team. Now, if there are, let's say, 10 people in a group and everybody is doing the same work, everyone is doing the same work, do you call it a team? Yes or no? You don't call it a team. The team means set of people working together for a single objective with various skills. Now, I'm sure you must have read a lot of management books in library and whatever in your course. But one of the finest management book you have to study when you talk about team and team building. There are many motivational speaker, team building speaker around in this world. They come, they charge hefty amount and they do all their things. But one ultimate book which teaches you team building is Ramayana. A man who left his kingdom, everything in Bhagwa cloth, with his dhanush, that is his skill. And he landed up building a team of lakhs of monkeys or vanars or whatever. And everybody has different skill. You have Kevat, who is a part of his skill. He is a sailor. He has Nishad Raj, a part of the skill, who is good in jungle hunting. He has Hanumanji. It is like Avas aircraft, surveillance from the top. Then you have Nal and Neel, one of the finest architects. He built a diverse team over a period of time. Now, Sri Ram had options. It is not that he didn't have options. His father only said, you have to go 14 years in exile in jungle. Of course, he can carry his army. Of course, he can carry people who can help him out and who can look after him. But he didn't. And then he went and stayed at Panchwati, which is next to his Nanihal, Nani ji ka ghar. He could have asked Nani ji to send an army, but no. What he did is, he built his team from scratch, one at a time, and build an overall team together. So, now how he was able to build the team? Because Sri Ram has two very good qualities. One quality was, of course, the charitra, the character. And second very important quality was dhairya, patience. Today, young generation, we don't have patience, right? If you go on social media, Twitter, Facebook, you will find tens of people who want the baby to be delivered by 9 women in a month. That is the attitude. But a baby had to be delivered only after 9 months by only one woman. That is a natural process. So, many people, when they don't understand that patience plays a very important role, patience club with your credibility, character, that only makes a person credible in his life. And Sri Ram was one of the best examples for it. He built a team from scratch. Now, let's go back a bit. When Sri Ram was selected to be the king, he could have jumped, with joy, like Rahul Gandhi. Prime Minister banna hai. And next day, when his father says, nahi, jungle mein jao, he should have cried like Rahul Gandhi. But he maintained a neutral face. Either if I am going to jungle, good. If I am not going to jungle, I am becoming king, good. That is what is called patience. Dhairya. So he landed in jungle. He started building his team, scratch by scratch, one point at a time, landed up building the... Now, very important thing in team is, आप लोगों ने सबने सुना होगा मैनेजमेंट क्लासेस में क्या वो कहते हैं हैंड्स ऑन एक्सपीरियंस ना, हैंड्स ऑन एक्सपीरियंस. कई बार दिखाते हैं स्लीव रोल करके, अरे हम भी तुम्हारे साथ फावड़ा लेके गड्ढा खोदेंगे, मनरेगा में गड्ढा खोदेंगे, कंधे पे बास्केट रख के मिट्टी फेंकेंगे फोटो आप के लिए. दैट इज कॉल्ड हैंड्स ऑन एक्सपीरियंस. I give you a very good example of hands-on experience, what you should do and what you should not do. When Ram Setu was supposed to be made, and when it is started, when Nal and Neel started making the Ram Setu, so they picked up a stone, they write Shri Ram on that, and throw the stone flows. We all know that story. So Bhagwan Shri Ram was sitting on a side and he said, मैं तो फालतू बैठा हूँ यार, ये लोग काम कर रहे हैं, मैं, it doesn't look nice, let me have some hand-on experience. So he started writing Shri Ram on the stone, and through the stone sank. It didn't float. Again he write, and it sank. And he was embarrassed, and he asked Nal and Neel, why when you are writing Shri Ram and throwing the stone, it floats, but when I write, it sinks. And Nal and Neel said, प्रभु जिसको आपने छोड़ दिया वो तो डूबेगा. Getting the meaning out of it. One of the very important lesson is, don't try to become a hero in your team by rolling your sleeve and doing everything, dumping yourself with everyone. The guys whose job is to dig a ditch, he will dig a ditch. Don't get into it. Let him do it. Empower him to do it better. Give him better equipment, better things, but don't get in his work. He knows his job better than you do. So one of the very, very important thing in your courses, in your management is dedication of the job. That is another part of strategy. In marketing, can somebody raise hands again? How many of marketing people are here, MBA marketing? Okay. Rest can understand, ad वगैरह तो सारे ही लोग देखते हैं ना. Can I finish your MBA marketing in 5 minutes rather than 2-year degree course? Yes or no? In 5 minutes, without any fees, I finish your MBA. MBA marketing, or not MBA, I say just marketing. Marketing is a subject which is balanced between two words only in this world. And the two words are hope and fear. Either you create a product or a service with a hope, or you market your product or services as a fear. LIC says आपके मरने के बाद की लाइफ. मतलब पहले मरना जरूरी है, उसके बाद अच्छे दिन आएंगे. Right? But a Complan ad always tells you बच्चा बड़ा होगा, strong bones होंगी. कुछ नहीं होगा. But आप Complan इसलिए खरीदते हो because you hope your child to be stronger, healthier, and all these things. And you buy LIC because tomorrow your husband is dead, you at least get 2.5 crore. So live your life peacefully with your boyfriend. Pick up any ad, any advertisement in this world, anything. It is either a hope or a fear. A Mercedes sells a car because the head of states travel in that. When I was doing my MBA, and I'm sorry, that time I didn't read Ramayana, so I had to waste my lot of money. And we always used to classify automobiles, Mercedes, head of state, Jaguar, rich and famous, Rolls-Royce, Royals, BMW, driving passion. These are the punchlines created by automobiles. So when a Mercedes sell its product, It sells luxury. It sells luxury. Safety always comes there, but luxury is one of the most important factor, and the 3-point star, the brand value of 3-point star is very important. But a Volvo, which cost equally the same amount almost, doesn't sell for luxury. It says we have better airbags, we have better crumble zone, we have better rating. If you drop by the roof will not collapse and you are safe. Hope, fear. Mercedes, when you sit in Mercedes, you feel hope. Oh, you know, I'm somebody. That is what happens. The whole world is about hope and fear. Today, if you see how many of you are politically active in a sense like political awareness? Raise your hands. Not many. I mean, Instagram se fursat mile to politics socho na. There are two, I don't want to make it a political difference, but just for the sake of understanding of hope and fear. When you talk about Prime Minister Narendra Modi, he talks about hope. We are doing better, we will do better, India will grow, you have 100 unicorns, entrepreneurs are doing great, we will give XYZ schemes. Rahul Gandhi, हिंदुस्तान बर्बाद हो गया, बिक गया, बर्दाश्त हो गया, इकोनॉमी डूब रही है. कहाँ से डूब रही है ये नहीं कोई बताएगा, लेकिन इकोनॉमी डूब रही है. So a gentleman creates fear and another gentleman creates hope. So be it politics, be it buying a LIC policy or a Mercedes-Benz or any small car or a house or anything, even sanitary napkins, it's all between hope and fear. Think about it, seriously. The entire marketing rides between two, I have folks from Toyota Kirloskar sitting here. I mean, these gentlemen makes Innova and Fortuner. Hope and fear. Am I right, Prabhat? A friend of mine in Kashmir bought Fortuner 4x4. You know why? Because 8 years back, his dad has a heart attack, and he had a small car, two-wheel drive. He couldn't take it to the doctor in the snow because it was two-wheel drive. So he bought a 4x4. In a hope कि 8 साल बाद मेरे पिताजी को फिर से हार्ट अटैक पड़ेगा तब मैं ये गाड़ी इस्तेमाल करूंगा, but he bought that. This is the gimmicks of hope and fear. Ramayana, Sri Ram was the hope. Ravan was the fear. If you understand fear and hope. Now, once you understand that, now, other thing which I want to talk about is strategy, and this topic ends there, is problem definition. We talk about problem a lot. Every time we talk about a problem, ये नहीं हो रहा बैंगलोर में क्या हुआ था अभी? सुना था गाड़ियाँ लोगों ने, I mean 5-5 करोड़ की गाड़ियाँ पानी में डूब गई थी और ट्रैक्टर पे बैठ के निकल के जा रहे थे. They all bought Bentley and Rolls-Royce and Ferraris in a hope. But at the end of the day, it was the tractor which gave them a lease of life. Right? And Bangalore, so-called high elite place. I mean, it is my second home always because I worked in companies in Bangalore. So Bangalore was always close to my heart. So no offense, but I'm just, for the sake of understanding, I'm talking about. We have not defined the problem. The problem is the flood. The problem is the traffic. The problem is the nightmares out here. And there is another problem nobody talks about, the pubs. Every nook and corner you have a pub out here, you know. But if you define the problem is started in 2004, 2005, or 2003, when I was there, when they started building property on the lakes. Now, water had to go somewhere. I mean, water had to move and store somewhere. It cannot stand at one place. I mean, it cannot just disappear. But you shut down all the lakes. Bangalore is something like this. It's a valley. All the water come accumulate at one place. Now, what is the point of having a 13 crore villa with a 5 crore car in that when everything is flooded and you have to be rescued by a tractor? That video went viral, right? Even I posted that video. And I was showing my wife, you want to go to Bangalore? Let's buy a tractor there. Always in life, remember one thing. Don't get agitated by the problem you face. Define the problem. There is a very good principle which is adopted, which also the Japanese follow, especially the Japanese companies like Toyotas and all, you guys follow, right? What is you call it? Simple word? 5Y, 1H. 5Y, 1H. Why, who, where, whom. Answer yourself. किसी ने मेरी इंसल्ट करी, क्वेश्चन है क्यों करी? उसका क्या ऑब्जेक्टिव है? उसका वो ऑब्जेक्टिव क्यों है? हाउ ही डिड इट? जब हम ड्रिल डाउन करते हैं किसी भी प्रॉब्लम को, then you always get a solution at the end. Every problem in life is built with a solution. There is no problem in this world which doesn't have a solution. Right? Girlfriend नाराज हो गई, क्यों नाराज हुई? किस वजह से नाराज हुई? गिफ्ट नहीं दिया तो नाराज हुई? I mean, drill it down. Personal life to professional life to political life, drill down your problem. You will always have and then you land up defining the problem. If you understand, if you learn the process of defining a problem, the solution is not a problem at all. It is automatic. This entire thing which I talked about, create the strategy. This is all a part of a strategy. Your foundation of character, your patience, your team building activity, your problem definition, the hope and fear, they all form the part of a strategy. And once you start mastering this area, and I'm not saying you can do it tomorrow or you can do it just after my lecture, it's a matter of practice. It may take a year or 2 or 3. But practice that in your career. From there evolves leadership. From there evolves leadership. Leadership is not something one has to be born with or, it cannot be taught in a class. I do classes on leadership. I teach leadership. I have created leaders. I have created political leaders. I have created business leaders. And it is very much possible. The whole thing is, first understand the word strategy. Then comes to the business leadership. Team building, dedicating the job, taking the walking in front, right? Not always trying to get awarded. Your team should get award. So how you build the cohesive team, how you build the more functional team, how you build a team of brotherhood, it all depends. That is what the success of leaders come from. Am I able to make the sense? Now, why today business leadership is so important? Because we have moved out from unipolar world to multipolar world. After the collapse of 1991 USSR, before that it was two worlds, Russian, Soviet world and the American world. Now we have unipolar world, and from 2014, the way India is emerging, that even Quad want India to be on its side, the BRICS want India to be on its side, the SEO want India to be on its side. If you take out India from all these groups, the groups have no meaning. They are zero. That is what the leadership role. And if you just, one day when the current Prime Minister, Honorable Shri Narendra Modi ji, will not be PM, I will start writing my book on him. And I hope to finish it in 3 to 4 years. That will time it take. There is so much of management to be learned from. Forget about politics. Forget if you hate him or like him. That is not the matter of subject today. But point is, there is so much to learn from him. And what you have to learn? The leadership. Now, you know, all of you have traveled in train. The train has got one engine. But there are few trains which are very long, very heavy. There are 6 engines. One is in the front, 5 are in middle of the train. What these 5 engines do? Any idea what these 5 engines do? Sorry? Give extra support. What extra support? The push, the braking. Right? These are the 2 things, otherwise the train will derail. So, I always call these engines, these 5 engines as transactional engines. These are transactional leader. They're a part of the system, but they provide leadership in their respective area. Like, say for example, I am the CEO of a company. But I have a HR head, I have a production head, I have a marketing head, I have sales head, and likewise. I am a transformational leader because I will transform my organization. Whereas the other heads which I have, the vice president, production, HR, and all these are transactional engineers. If your transactional engineers, transactional leaders doesn't coordinate, doesn't work together, are not in sync, no matter what I do, the organization will fall flat. लाला कंपनी और प्रोफेशनल कंपनी में यही फ़र्क होता है, लाला जी सारे डिसीजन लेते हैं, राइट? सुबह किताब लिखी जाती है. आई हैव वर्क विथ ए लाला एंड ही ऑलवेज यूज टू राइट डायरीज फॉर एवरीवन. आज तेरे को क्या करना है, आज तेरे को क्या करना है. That organization never grew. So Bhagwan Sri Ram, when he made his team, he created transactional leaders. Nal and Neel's job was of an architect. Hanumanji's job was a surveillance system. You know, he was more like a satellite. Because his skill was he can fly. And so do others. So, very important factor in life. Now, okay, fine, you have seen one train with one engine, you have seen a train, a cargo train with 6 engines. What about Vande Bharat, the new train? It's a beautiful leadership example. Have you seen Vande Bharat? Yes or no? How many? या आवाज नहीं आ रही है. सो ब्रेकफास्ट नहीं करा क्या? यस और नो, वंदे भारत देखी है? ओहो, मैंने तो सुबह इडली खाई थी, मुझे भूख लग रही है, लगता है आप लोगों ने भी खाई थी. वंदे भारत doesn't have an engine. Every coach is an engine. Every coach is an engine. Every coach wheel have got a traction motor. And it pushes the train, it brakes the train, it runs the train. The front cabin is only a command center, to be precise. His job is to see the signal, and pass on the command to all the coaches, whether we have to brake or we have to speed up. So the real corporate leadership example is Vande Bharat, where one person is your CEO is sitting in a cabin whose job is to see the signal, tell you when to apply the brake, how to apply the brake, when to speed up. The rest of all the coaches are actually engines in their respective areas. That is what an MBA should do in his life, his or her life. Giving job to someone or tasking someone and putting the whole trust is more important. This all put together bring the leadership in business. And why business leadership today important? Because we are dealing with multipolar world. We have Russia on one side, we have India on here, then we have America, then we have China. Pakistan to kahin hai nahi yaar. Chhod do se. They are already a done and dusted country. So in multipolar world, now in future, the opportunities are not going to be like in my time where the aircraft only fly between Delhi and America. Now it can fly to Russia, it can go to China, it can go to other countries also. And we have to be well versed with all of them. So continuous learning is very important in a multipolar world. So the path to strategic business leadership in multipolar world is start from your character to understand the character of every country you operate in. Indians are truly global in nature. Because we are truly entrepreneur in life. I mean, Indians are born entrepreneurs. Job to baad mein aa jati hai, lekin we are born entrepreneur. My son, when he was in 11th, he starts selling वो एक टॉय जैसा आता है, टॉप जैसा घुमाने वाला. वो अपने दोस्तों को बेचना शुरू कर दिया था उसने स्कूल में. मैंने कहा था क्या करना है? पापा टेंशन नहीं ना, देखो 200 रुपये कमाए आज. So entrepreneur is born in. We are born entrepreneurs. Bangalore is born entrepreneur as of today. Most of the unicorns are in Bangalore, not in Delhi, because we are political more than entrepreneurs. हम politics पे बहुत बोलते हैं. So today, when we talk about the path to strategic business leadership in multipolar world, my advice to you as students are, forget about the dharma or religion or whatever, or you believe or unbelieve. Study Ramayana, study Mahabharata. There is a beautiful example of team building in Mahabharata also. The Kauravas were 100 brothers. And they were having one of the finest army in a sense. Guru Drona was there, who taught Pandav. Bhishma was there. All the top ranking warriors were on Kaurav's side. And on Pandav's side, there was only 5 Pandav. Yudhishthir, जो भाला चला सकते थे, भीम जो गदा चला सकते थे, अर्जुन जो धनुष बाण चला सकते थे, और नकुल सहदेव तलवारबाजी वाले. पर जीता कौन? पांडव. क्यों जीते? एक एग्जाम्पल तो मैंने रामायण से समझा दिया. तो कैरेक्टर का बहुत बड़ा रोल है. दूसरा जो बहुत अच्छा इंपॉर्टेंट यहाँ पर है, पांडव ने अपनी सेना का सेनापति पूरे युद्ध में चेंज नहीं किया. कौरव में रोज सुबह सेनापति चेंज होते थे. आज तुम देख लो, तुम नहीं मार सकते, साइड में हटो, आ जाओ भैया तुम बन जाओ. ये होती है प्रोफेशनल लाला अप्रोच. और पांडव की थी प्रोफेशनल एमबीए अप्रोच. जैसे हम सरकार के बारे में कहते हैं ना, ये मंत्री किसी काम का नहीं है। स्पेशली एक मंत्री के बारे में कहा जाता है, एक फीमेल मंत्री के बारे में, उनको कुछ नहीं आता, वो काम की नहीं है। लेकिन आज तक उस मंत्री को हटाया नहीं गया है, क्योंकि उस मंत्री का सबसे बड़ा रोल ये है कि राहुल गांधी को अमेठी से वानयाड भेज दिया। अब वानयाड से वो फिर घूम रहे हैं कोई सेफ सीट ढूंढने के लिए, वहां से भी भगाए जाएंगे। कहने का अर्थ ये है कि जो टीम टास्क है, छोटे से फेलियर की वजह से टीम में चेंजेस नहीं किए जाते हैं। सेनापति छोटी सी डिफीट से नहीं हटाए जाते हैं। ये बहुत बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट लेसन है। जबकि नारायणी सेना थी कौरव के पास। एक दूसरा एग्जाम्पल जो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है आज के टाइम में समझने का, खास तौर से जो हमारी 2 मिनट नूडल जनरेशन है, जिसको हर चीज अभी चाहिए। अर्जुन सर्वश्रेष्ठ धनुधारी थे। ही वॉज द बेस्ट बो एंड एरो स्पेशलिस्ट, राइट? He was blessed with दिव्यास्त्र, correct? Any doubt? He was the best धनुर्धर. And his सारथी was the one who created the world, भगवान श्री कृष्ण। लेकिन भगवान श्री कृष्ण के होते हुए एज ए सारथी और अर्जुन का शक्तिशाली होते हुए, इतना स्किल्ड होते हुए भी, कर्ण के सामने अर्जुन का रथ श्री कृष्ण तब लेके गए जब कर्ण ने अपनी शक्ति का प्रयोग घटोत्कच पे कर दिया था, भीम के पुत्र पे। भाई हम तो इतने पावरफुल हैं, भगवान हमारे सारथी हैं, हम तो किसी के सामने भी कभी भी चले जाएं, जैसी हमारी सोच होती है, राइट? मोदी जी ऐसा क्यों नहीं कर रहे, मोदी जी वैसा क्यों नहीं कर रहे, मोदी जी ये क्यों नहीं कर रहे, बोलते हैं ना हम सब। मतलब ओपिनियन देने में तो हम लोग सुबह उठ के 2 मिनट लगते हैं ना ओपिनियन देने में, उसका कोई रिपरकशन थोड़ी ना होते हैं। मोदी जी को आज डिप्लोमेसी सिखा देते हैं, करते हैं नहीं करते हैं? अब बोल दो ना ईमानदारी से करते हो। समय से पहले किया हुआ काम हमेशा नुकसान देता है। तो स्ट्रैटेजिक प्लानिंग और लीडरशिप का काम यह है कि अपने टास्क को ठीक से प्लान करो। जो काम बीच में करना है वो पहले मत करो। What it means is you have a goal to achieve, and the goal need to be broken down into small milestones and focus from one milestone to other milestone. Never look to the goal. Focus from one milestone to other milestone. सीढ़ियाँ जो लेडर होती है, अगर मान लो इतना डिफरेंस है लेडर में 2 स्टेप में, वो भी गोल तक जाती है, और मैंने छोटी छोटी बना दी, वो भी गोल तक जाती है। किस पे चलना चाहोगे? छोटी स्टेप वाले पे ना, ज़्यादा स्टेप नहीं होगा। लेकिन हम करते क्या हैं लाइफ में? हम गोल, अपना टारगेट इतने लंबे रखते हैं कि हम उसको अचीव करते करते ही ख़त्म हो जाते हैं, थक जाते हैं। माइलस्टोन्स हमेशा छोटे होने चाहिए। तो आप लोग जब कॉर्पोरेट लाइफ में अपने पैर रखोगे, फर्स्ट फ्यू इयर्स प्लीज़ डोंट ट्राई टू बिकम योर मार्केटिंग हेड। को ये मत सिखाना मार्केटिंग कैसे करी जाती है, बल्कि सीखने की कोशिश करना। मैंने बहुत बच्चों से मिलता हूँ, वो मार्केटिंग हेड को भी चैलेंज करते हैं। HR MBA वाले HR हेड को कुछ नहीं आता है, ऐसी पॉलिसी बनानी चाहिए। यार वो HR हेड किसी वजह से है ना, वो हवा में तो बन नहीं रहा। सो डोंट ट्राई टू टीच योर बॉस और योर लीडर। Try to learn, observe, learn, make team, build, mix with the team, coordinate with the team, learn the tips and tricks of the corporate world, and never stop your learning. I want this to be more interactive session. So I will make a break here, and I want you all to ask me anything you want. And I want a maximum participation. I'm here to answer every query, every question you can want to ask. So can we have somebody with a mic in the audience, please? Yeah, first question. Can we have some stage management? Sorry, I don't have the mic here. There is a mic there, no? So, some students can come forward. Can anybody volunteer? Huh? Okay, come. I don't know how to switch it on. Huh? Niyat? Yeah, chal raha hai. Chal raha hai. Anybody questions? यार ऐसा कैसे हो सकता है? I mean, you folks are doing MBA, bookish knowledge. I'm not joking. People travel for very far to ask questions. The gentleman who just traveled, picked up the mic. Sir, आप गोवा से हैं? Mumbai se. He came from Mumbai just for this session. And he was there in Gujarat also. Goa and Gujarat, Ahmedabad. And you are going to be in Kashmir also with me.
Got the admission.
Huh?
Got the admission.
Got the admission? Okay, great. Yes.
Namaste, sir. Myself, Manish. I don't belong to the college. I have come because of your channel following. I got to that information. So I follow your messages on this one, but I believe in that what you say this one, that we have to follow Ramayana Mahabharata to learn all that. But I always feel a challenge in this one, that after learning from your messages, I try to explain it to others. People listen actually, but still somehow they keep following the Western attitude, Western ideology, and don't believe in our Indian these things, that Shastras, that how to solve the issues of life by following our Shastras. So how to target this problem?
The problem, the biggest problem is that over the years, our Shastras, be it Ramayana, be it Mahabharata, be it Chanakya, be it Kautilya Arthashastra, has always been taught as a subject of faith. Whereas Sanatan is science. It has to do nothing with faith. I mean, I can argue with anyone. I can have a debate with anyone. Sanatan is pure science. From Vedas to Upanishads to everything is pure science. I mean, what is the reason that army is today teaching Gita to soldiers? Or IIM, Ahmedabad and XLRI and IBS and all these colleges are running courses on Gita and Mahabharata? I mean, of course, somewhere I am consulting them, but why they are running the courses now? Why people are paying 6 lakhs, 7 lakhs for a short course on Ramayana or Gita? It is because it was taught wrong. Now, many people told me, Shlok aata hai isko? Some people who counter me, they always say, ये रामायण गीता पढ़ाते हैं, इसलिए एक भी श्लोक आता है? नहीं आता है. मुझे श्लोक नहीं चाहिए, मुझे संस्कृत नहीं चाहिए. मुझे रामायण और गीता से वो कंसेप्ट निकालने हैं जो हम अपनी लाइफ में यूज कर सकें, चाहे वो कॉर्पोरेट वर्ल्ड हो या हमारी पर्सनल लाइफ हो. There is a course coming up next year which I have designed only for women, young mothers, जिनके छोटे बच्चे हैं, केवल वो, no male allowed. And for security, I am taking my wife along with me for that course. वो बहुत जरूरी है आज के टाइम में, especially with female empowerment, that is very much necessary. So, sir, drive them either to my channel, pick up stories, and because I write in a very simple language, कोई भी समझ सकता है, वो जाके पढ़ाओ. और अगर बंदूकें आपकी तरफ तनती हैं तो बोल दो मैंने नहीं बोला, गौरव प्रधान बोल रहा है, उसको मारो. Then they can counter with me and I will explain. But you know, we have no solution for such people जिनको आज भी unless and until a white skin endorse something, we understand it. भारत क्या नहीं था हमारे यहाँ और क्या नहीं है हमारे पास जो हमें आज भी वेस्ट की शक्ल देखनी पड़ रही है. कोविड आया, वेस्ट आज भी पेपर स्लिप लिखता है, इंजेक्शन वो वैक्सीन लगने के बाद हाथ से मिली हुई स्लिप होती है. हम जाके कहते हैं ये रहा मोबाइल में डिजिटल, चेक कर लो क्यूआर कोड से. वेस्ट आज भी डॉलर में पेमेंट करता है. जब हम अपने टाइम में यूएस में था 90s में, तो मुझे याद है हम सिगरेट खरीदता था तो $5 की आती थी, वो $5 भी क्रेडिट कार्ड से देते थे. हमारे यहाँ यूपीआई चलता है. 10 लाख ट्रांजैक्शंस, मजाक बात नहीं, 10 लाख करोड़ ट्रांजैक्शंस तो बिलियंस में होंगी. आज जब लोगों ने सवाल करा था कि कोई सब्जी बेच रहा है या मूंगफली बेच रहा है, उसको आप कैसे डिजिटलाइज करोगे, इंटरनेट नहीं है, ये दुनिया भर की चीज़ें. एक डेटा आया मेरे पास, उसमें एक चार्ट बने थे और ये दिखाया गया कि 2016 के बाद आफ्टर 2016 द यूज ऑफ 10 rupee नोट स्टार्टेड डिक्लाइनिंग. द 10 rupee करेंसी नोट स्टार्टेड डिक्लाइनिंग. नाउ वन वे ऑफ लुकिंग एट दैट डेटा इज पीपल डोंट हैव मनी, लोग इस्तेमाल नहीं कर रहे हैं, इकोनॉमी बैड है, जो हमारे फियर बेचते हैं जो लोग. मैंने दूसरे एंगल से देखा. मैंने कहा 10 रुपए का नोट कौन यूज़ करता है? हम तो नहीं करेंगे शायद. ठीक है 10, कोई बात नहीं, बाद में एडजस्ट हो जाएंगे. यही करते हैं ना, हम खड़े तो नहीं होते 1 घंटे, भाई 10 रुपए देगा तभी हम जाएंगे यहाँ से, ऐसा तो नहीं करते. दिस मीन्स दैट द पुअर पीपल हैव स्टॉप्ड यूजिंग 10 rupees नोट एंड दे आर डाइवर्टिंग टू यूपीआई. Now, correlate that data with the use of UPI and you will see the story matches. So, stop looking at the West as the role model. The role model are here in India. We are creating role model. I mean, there is a guy who did his MBA and start selling chai. He is doing fantastically very well. Couple of chain he has got. Now imagine if he, after doing his MBA, if he would have got a job, what he would be doing? Morning tie लगाया, सूट पहना, 5,000 रुपए की नौकरी चलने चले गए. Correct? A street food culture. Now I tell you an example of where MBA fails. Because it is also important to understand where MBA actually fail. वैलेंटाइन डे तो सब मनाते हैं यहाँ पर शायद नहीं, सबके हैं ना पार्टनर्स. मतलब कुछ हिडन होंगे, कुछ दूर वाले होंगे, हॉस्टल टू हॉस्टल. 14 फरवरी पे सारे रोज़ लेके जाते होंगे. रोज़ खरीदा है ना? बेंगलोर में MG रोड है, ब्रिगेड रोड है, वहाँ पर पब्स भी बहुत हैं, वहाँ जाते होंगे आप लोग. वैलेंटाइन डे पे बच्चा फ्लावर बेचता है, 7 रुपए की उसकी परचेज है, 10 रुपए का फ्लावर वो बेचता है, 30% उसका प्रॉफिट है. करेक्ट? अगर उसको आपकी शक्ल अच्छी लग गई तो आपको वो खड़े खड़े वहीं पर 50% डिस्काउंट दे देगा. कहेगा साहब 8 रुपए में ले लो, अच्छा 9 में ले लो, अच्छा 9 में 8 रुपए में ले लो. यानी उसने 50% अपना प्रॉफिट आपको पास ऑन कर दिया. वही रोज अगर एक कॉर्पोरेट हाउस बेचे तो 5% प्रॉफिट 5% डिस्काउंट के लिए मार्केटिंग हेड को बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स की मीटिंग में जाना पड़ेगा और वहाँ से अप्रूवल लेना पड़ेगा 5%। और जब तक वो अप्रूवल आएगा वैलेंटाइन डे निकल गया होगा और 14 नवंबर चिल्ड्रंस डे आ गया होगा, जब आपको रोजेस नहीं डायपर्स चाहिए होंगे। सो इट इज द डिसीजन मेकिंग which makes it very important. How fast you can take the decision making, how empowered your company had made you to take the decisions. The success of an organization depends upon its various transactional leaders, how empowered they are to take a decision, or how much your manager has empowered you to take the decision or drawn your limit. एक और बहुत अच्छा एग्जाम्पल है जो केवल भारत में है। जैसे मैं हमेशा कहता हूं, भारत में कभी रिसेशन नहीं आएगा, कभी नहीं हो सकता। अमेरिका में रिसेशन आ जाए, यूरोप में आ जाए, वेस्ट में कहीं आ जाए, भारत में रिसेशन आ ही नहीं सकता। उसका कारण पता है क्या है? अगर भारत को एक हम 2 स्ट्रोक इंजन जो होता है ना मोटरसाइकिल का या कार का, उससे अगर हम कंपेयर करें तो 2 स्ट्रोक इंजन के ऊपर स्पार्क प्लग लगा होता है। पेट्रोल इंजन के ऊपर क्या होता है, जब वेपर्स कंप्रेस होते हैं पेट्रोल फ्यूम्स और ऑक्सीजन के साथ मिलके, तो स्पार्क प्लग स्पार्क करता है, बूम, पिस्टन नीचे रन करता है, क्रैंकशाफ्ट रन करती है और गाड़ी आगे चलती है। भारत में पूरे 365 दिन में 15 स्पार्क प्लग हैं, 15-20। ये स्पार्क प्लग पता है क्या है? ये हमारे फेस्टिवल्स हैं। होली आया, रक्षाबंधन आया, दिवाली आया, तीजें आई, और उसके बाद छठ पूजा आई, बहुत सारे क्रिसमस भी आया, ईद भी हुई। ये इकोनॉमी को रन करते हैं, जिसमें से सबसे बड़ा स्पार्क प्लग अगर कोई है तो वो अगले महीने आएगा, इस महीने, सॉरी आज 30 सितंबर है, नेक्स्ट मंथ दिवाली। दिवाली एक ऐसा इकोनॉमिक साइकिल है जो दिए बेचने से लेके जो इंसान लग्जरी हाउसेस, घर, कार, यहाँ तक कि कुछ बिजनेस हाउसेस ऐसे हैं जो प्लेन भी दिवाली पे खरीदते हैं, फिर उसकी पूजा करते हैं। ये एक ऐसा फेस्टिवल है इकोनॉमिकली जो इकोनॉमिक्स के हिसाब से इंजन को रीस्टार्ट हर साल करता है। और बीच बीच में मोमेंटम देने के लिए हमारे पास होली भी आती है, दिवाली भी आती है, रक्षाबंधन भी आता है, और बहुत सारे, ईद भी आती है, क्रिसमस भी आता है। जब मैं कहता हूं कि इंडिया इज ए बॉर्न एंटरप्रेन्योरल नेशन, एक आदमी पार्क में सुबह, क्या कहते हैं उसे, मूंगफली या भेलपुरी जैसा कुछ कह लो, वो बेचता है। जो लोग पार्क में जॉगिंग करने आते हैं, टहलने आते हैं, वो लेके खाते हैं आराम से बैठ के। शाम को वही आदमी वही चीज लेके सुबह वो भेलपुरी या मूंगफली खिलाएगी। एग्जैक्टली द सेम रेसिपी, द सेम कंटेंट, द सेम प्रोडक्ट। एवरी इवनिंग दिस गाय सिट आउटसाइड अ लिकर शॉप एंड नाउ ही सेल एज अ चखना। इससे बड़ा एंटरप्रेन्योर देखा ना? वो एसएपी यूज़ करता है, ना ओरेकल यूज़ करता है, ना आउटलुक यूज़ करता है, ना टीम मैनेजमेंट यूज़ करता है, ना salesforce.com यूज़ करता है, और वो मैनेज करता है। द चेंज मैनेजमेंट, एक कॉर्पोरेट में 5-6 साल लग जाते हैं। एक ऑटोमोबाइल के नया मॉडल आने में भी बहुत बड़ा चेंज प्रोसेस होता है। खैर उसके अपने रीजंस है। समझाने का अर्थ ये है कि जो एंटरप्रेन्योर है उसकी चेंज बहुत फास्ट होती है। अब जैसे एक एग्जांपल और ले लो त्योहारों से। अभी मैं होली की पिचकारी बेच रहा हूँ, रंग बेच रहा हूँ, लेकिन मैं पूरे साल तो होली की पिचकारी और रंग नहीं बेचूंगा, करेक्ट? होली के बाद मैं कुछ और बेचूंगा, फिर रक्षाबंधन पे मैं राखी बेचूंगा, फिर तीजों पे मैं मेहंदी बेचूंगा या कुछ और चीज़ें बेचूंगा, बैंगल्स बेचूंगा। ऐसे करके दिवाली आएगी, दिवाली पे मैं 4 स्टॉल अलग तरह के लगा लूँगा। भाई दिवाली में 4-5 दिन की होते हैं, तो करवा चौथ पे करवा बेच दिया, दिवाली आई तो दिए बेच दिए। इस तरह से मैं साल में अपनी बिजनेस प्रोसेस 15 से 20 बार चेंज करता हूँ, बिना किसी चेंज मैनेजमेंट के, बिना ERP के, बिना SAP, ओरेकल, आउटलुक और क्या क्या टूल्स आजकल पढ़ाते हैं, salesforce.com, without using any of them. And the entrepreneurial growth in India is more than what you will earn in your salary. There are simple chai walas who are making, and there are a lot of them, who make 90,000 to 1 lakh a month. And they only work for 4 hours or 5 hours a day. Weekend छुट्टी. कहने का अर्थ क्या है? कहने का एक ही मतलब है, इतनी सारी चीज़ें बोली। अभी आप लोग जब कॉर्पोरेट वर्ल्ड में जा रहे हो ना, तो सीखने की ज़्यादा कोशिश करना और फंडामेंटल्स को कभी मत भूलना, क्योंकि वो आपका आगे का कैरियर डिसाइड करेगा इन दिस चेंजिंग वर्ल्ड। पहले तो क्या होता था, हमारे टाइम में अमेरिकन एक्सेंट सिखाते थे ना, 15-20 दिन की क्लास होती थी, अंग्रेज़ों से उनके एक्सेंट में कैसे बात करनी है। क्योंकि हमारा फ़्लाइट जो है दिल्ली से चलती थी और अमेरिका जाती थी, और कहीं रास्ते में हमें पता ही नहीं कहीं जगह थी। मल्टीपोलर वर्ल्ड में वो सारी दुनिया जा रही है। Now it is not necessary to have an American accent or a British accent. What is important to have is Indian accent. हम कॉपी बहुत करते हैं। कल शाम को जब मैं एयरपोर्ट पे उतरा तो there was a Bangalorean gentleman next to me. The way he was talking with his some partner, a girl, मैं उसको ऐसे देखा, मैंने कहा लग तो बेंगलोर का रहा है, लेकिन लगता है जन्म इसका अमेरिका में हुआ है। I'm not joking about anyone. What I am saying is, rather than copying somebody, the time has come when we have to be proud of what we have with us. Stop copying. In management school, with due regards to every management school, right from IIM to REVA to anyone, every class we are taught to read Philip Kotler, the marketing guru, supposed to be. And there are 10 more authors who are running from my time till time, nothing has changed. But the marketing has totally changed. How many of you read Philip Kotler? क्लास में है ना, सब्सक्राइब बुक है ना। फिलिप कॉटलर ने वो बुक 1986 में लिखी होगी, तब टीवी भी नहीं था। आज ऐड फेसबुक पे आता है और इंस्टाग्राम 30 सेकंड की रील। मैं अगर 30 सेकंड की रील बना के डालने लगूँ इंस्टाग्राम पे, बहुत फेमस हो जाऊँगा। आई मीन, if Telegram people read me, 90 million people read me, then imagine what happens if I come on Instagram in some wrestling clothes. Though I don't have the wrestling body, but still, चलता है ना, Instagram पे सब चीज़ चलती है। Next question. Let's ask questions, please. Students. सर माइक आपके पास है ना?
Thank you very much, Dr. Sir. My name is Guru Prasad. I am from Bangalore. You mentioned two things. One is delegation. The other one is, hands-on approach. I feel there is that attribute quality, right? As and when you delegate more, I feel the quality comes down. As and when you take a hands-on approach, the quality increases. What is your approach towards where should you focus so that you get better quality?
I got a point, sir. Point is, when we talk about hands-on experience, there are two ways of understanding it. One hands-on experience means that you are with the team all the time, not as a boss, but as a leader. And you keep your team empowered. You help them, you solve their problem, but rather than going in their area and digging up the pit. This is the real definition of hands-on experience, what it should be. But today the meaning of hands-on experience people have, तेरे साथ बैठ के मैं भी coding कर दूं. नहीं, helping my boy, helping my staff. Now that is wrong. So the growth stops when you interfere on someone who is already an expert. जब उसको ज्ञान देने जाओगे तो फिर तो 0 - 0 0 ही आएगा. So rather than be a leader, empower your teammate, give him what a best a leader should be. भगवान श्री राम ने क्या करा? नल और नील का काम करना शुरू करे थे, पत्थर डूबने शुरू हो गए. भगवान श्री राम का काम क्या था? नल और नील के साथ रह के उनको मोटिवेट करते हैं. वो हैंड्स ऑन सही है, लेकिन जहां हैंड्स ऑन का मतलब वो अच्छा तेरे साथ मैं भी लिख दूंगा, काम जल्दी हो जाएगा, वहीं काम खराब होगा. डोंट डू दैट. नेक्स्ट.
Good morning, sir.
Students. अच्छा मैम.
I'm not a student, but yes, I did enjoy the session very well. एक question है. I liked also when you said कि don't change the commanders. That's also very true. In सब में how much role does critical thinking play? क्योंकि in organizations there'll be so much of undercurrents. हर तरफ से आता है 360 degrees actually. So what is the critical thinking element that needs to be also stitched when you're doing this strategy?
Ma'am, critical thinking I just talked about. First of all, this is a very small session. Critical thinking takes almost a day to explain. But I gave you a nutshell. The example which I quote you of problem definition, where you have to ask questions to yourself. Why, whom, where. You know, if you search critical thinking on Google, you will get many charts. These are good enough. So unless and until you ask questions and roll back and go down to the root, that is what the critical thinking is. Now, I give you a latest example. If you all read news, there is an organization, PFI, which was banned in India, and people are claiming, especially the Instagram, Twitter, Facebook champions are saying, हमने pressure बनाया, देखो सरकार ने कर दिया. Everybody claiming that. The fact is, we have defined this problem 5 years back, 6 years back. And I know for a reason, official reason, I know we are on this job since 2015. You just saw the action now, but there is a lot of work which has gone in the last 5-6 years, which nobody see. So critical thinking is, I jump to a judgment. Most people jump to a judgment. But rather than being judgmental, is it not necessary that you look back and understand things? That is what the critical thinking is. If you apply critical thinking, the problem definition becomes easier and the solution is automatically there. Be it your personal problem, be it a girlfriend-boyfriend problem, or be it a corporate problem, or even a Modi problem. I mean, after critical thinking, you can always advise Modi ji every morning. No problem with that. Next. Students, I want the students to ask question. Kya yaar?
Hi sir, my name is
yourself.
Yeah, my name is Paulo Nikhil sir. I'm from first year MBA. So end of the day sir, हम सब कोई ना कोई कंपनी में काम करते रहेंगे. तो जब हम अपना काम कर रहे हैं, if we won't get the recognition due to some various factors like corporate politics or anything, जो मेरे को personally नहीं पता लेकिन सुनाओ. So what do we do sir? How do we deal with these situations, corporate politics?
I didn't get your question.
Corporate politics sir, like politics.
Qualities.
Politics.
Oh, corporate politics.
हाँ. Recognition नहीं मिल रहा है कंपनी में जो भी हम अपना काम कर रहे हैं.
यार क्या है, मेरी कैरियर में जब ऐसा पॉलिटिकल पॉइंट आता था ना, तो मैं बॉस से कहता था भाई मैं चला, बहुत हो गया, और 4 ऑफ़र मेरे पास हमेशा रहते थे, रिकॉर्ड है मेरा। जो मेरे को अच्छा लगता था, जिसकी शक्ल अच्छी लगी, वहाँ पहुँच गया। एक बार क्या हुआ, one of my oldest friend here in this room is sitting here. He is a Vice President, Global Service, Xerox Corporation. Subbu was my unit HR in Satyam. Satyam hired me in a leadership role. So they hired some 15, 20 people, Subbu, right, all across the world. And this was for leadership role, because we have to scale up Satyam to a global organization. हुआ क्या था, मैं कॉग्निसेंट में था। कॉग्निसेंट में मेरा बॉस आया नया, वो सत्यम से आया। 1 महीने रहा, उसे पसंद नहीं आई, वो वापस खत्म चला गया। और वहाँ जाके बोला, गौरव प्रधान, यार बेंगलोर आ, टिकट भेज रहे हैं, फर्स्ट क्लास डिनर विनर करेंगे, चाय वाय पियेंगे, आ जाए, वीकेंड पे घूमने आ जाओ। वीकेंड पे मैं जब आया तो मेरे आगे ऑफर रख दिया, ज्वाइन मी। तो यार कॉर्पोरेट पॉलिटिक्स, पहली चीज़ तो एज ए यंगस्टर, आई थिंक द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट फैक्टर इज टू फोकस ऑन लर्निंग। You are doing an MBA in a classroom, and I can tell you, 10% of your MBA is, if used, that is a big number. In corporate world, all these lectures and best practices you learn in your MBA are not used. So spend a couple of years, 5, 6 years to learn the corporate world. Don't mix up in politics or in a group. Rather try to add value. Learn. I mean, like, let's say I'm teaching you Ramayana and Mahabharata. You go study there, you learn something. Come back and help your folks out there. That is the way you will gain respect and credibility from your peers, and even your boss to a certain extent. 5, 6 years, don't get into corporate politics. I tell you, it's very dirty. Baki, it's a situational, yeah. There is no standard answer for it, to be very honestly speaking. Yes, next. Just 1 sec, sir.
Yeah, hi. My name is Afnan from first
Please
year.
speak louder. I can't hear you.
Sure. My name is Afnan from first year MBA. You talked about transactional leadership, right? So as an entrepreneur, how do you think we should recognize such transactional like things?
See,
going on?
I don't know what you mean by transactional and entrepreneur, how you are connecting that.
See, for example, I have a shop. I want to run a store. Like, for example, I want to do a business. I will hire some people. So in order to understand them, like to align them with my ideas.
Okay. The very simple answer to that is, and very, very easy to follow, when you start as an entrepreneur, you are not a transactional leader, you are a transformational leader, first of all. Then you said you have a couple of people around you who will work with you. Try to identify the best skill with them. Now, all of them are not going to have the same skill. Everybody has different skill. Dedicate job to them. Like Bhagwan Sri Ram, when he started making team, so Nal and Neel job was not to fight but to build the bridge. Right? Sugriv job was to fight, not to build the bridge. So identify the skill of a person and then align that skill for a common objective. That is you as a transformational leader, what you have decided or what you have designed in consultation with everyone. The simple you are, the success is a surety. The more complex you are, the most chances of you getting lost. Take my word on it. Even in personal life, to stay simple is the most easy, but it is most difficult. Difficult because you always think, wo kya bolega, wo kya bolega, wo kya bolega. Are you getting my point? Next. Sir,
So I have a question from
Yeah.
the student. Here, we are getting ready as job providers at REVA. Students are getting ready. But however, we also have a workforce to be ready for Industry 5.0. So what strategies other than character, team building, focusing on learning can make them sustainable leaders?
Very loaded question. First of all, when we talk about 5.0, we are not just talking about a job. We are talking about an entrepreneur into an organization. Now, I give you a very good example why I respect Raman Lingan Raju of Satyam Computer as compared to any business leader. And Subbu, you will support me on that. He was the first businessman in India who created a concept of company within a company. If I have a good idea, I'll create a practice within Satyam. Raju will fund me for that practice. And being a CEO of my own practice, I'll grow that business within Satyam, within the banner of Satyam, I'll grow that business separately. So he talked about 5.0 way back in 90s and 2000. Today, entrepreneur, when you're talking about 5.0, 3.0, 2.0, and whatever .0 is going to be in future, the fundamental always remains the same: continuous learning. Just getting a job doesn't mean now you are free. The learning actually starts from there. Your degree, diplomas, post-graduation is just one thing. But actual life learning starts from the day one when you enter into the corporate world with your tie and business suit and on the day one. And slowly as you move in your career, first the ties goes off, then the jacket comes off, then slowly the jeans comes over. I'm not saying trouser goes off. The jeans comes over. So it is a continuous learning. You understand that over a period of time, the more you learn, the more you experiment, the more adoption of technology is going to be the future. The future is not going to be 9 to 5 job, take my word on it. The future is now totally different. Work from anywhere, using the technology, your time, your flexibility. The only thing you have to do, there is a set objective which you have to complete today and that you finish it off. That is going to be the future. Bangalore flood, I can give you in writing by next year, the companies, as soon as the monsoon comes, companies will say, भैया पहाड़ पे चले जाओ, आराम से वहाँ बैठ के लैपटॉप खोल लियो, इंटरनेट दे रहे हैं, वहाँ से काम कर लेना. You have no idea, during COVID, tourism was totally dead in the world. But you know who made money during tourism? The small entrepreneurs who had those guest houses, who have 5-room cottage in a hill, and they rented out 4 rooms and 1 room they kept for themselves. And these rooms which they rented out were not for 1 night or 2 night or 3 night, for a month or 2 months. Package cost 50,000 rupees, including all meal, high-speed Wi-Fi internet, and a fancy room with a nice view of mountain and hills and fog. And during entire COVID period, and I am not joking, even I did that. I took my laptop, went to a place called Chakrata, which is near Dehradun. It is not a crowded place because it's an army camp. So I had certain privilege. And I sat down on a hilltop with a small hut, with my laptop, high-speed internet, and I don't know where 2 months have gone. खाने को आलू का पराठा, मूली का पराठा, दाल का पराठा सब मिलते थे. वो कुक नीचे था, फर्स्ट क्लास बनाता था. 5.0 यही है मैम. Continuous learning, continuous upskilling. Nobody will respect you in the world if you don't know your true history. Many people say, oh, you know what, I'm not political, please keep politics aside. It is not my subject. I think then you have not read Gita. Because in Gita, either you are with dharma or you are with adharma. There is no middle way. बीच के रास्ते पे शिकंडी खड़ा हुआ था. एक छोटी सी चीज और समझाना चाहूंगा. एक मिसकंसेप्शन है हमारे बारे में. जब हम गीता पढ़ते हैं तो हमें यह सिखाया जाता है कि भगवान श्री कृष्ण ने अर्जुन को उपदेश दिया था, गीता उपदेश, और कर्म सिखाया था. मेरे हिसाब से वो गलत है. क्योंकि अगर कर्म सिखाना होता तो भगवान कृष्ण जी पांचों पांडव को पकड़ते, एक क्लासरूम में बंद करते और मेरी तरह लेक्चर दे देते. दोनों सेनाओं के बीच में, युद्ध के बीच में खड़े होकर ड्रामा करने की क्या जरूरत थी अगर कर्म सिखाना था. भगवान ने कर्म नहीं सिखाया था. भगवान ने अर्जुन के मन में से डर निकाला था. क्योंकि अर्जुन के मन में ये थी कि सामने जिनसे मुझे लड़ना है, कोई मेरे ताऊ जी हैं, कोई मेरे चाचा जी हैं, कोई मेरे अंकल हैं, कोई मेरे ब्रदर्स हैं, कोई कजिन्स हैं, मैं इनको कैसे मारूंगा. There are around 18 kind of fear, fear of attachment, fear of lose, fear of whatever. If you understand, if you are fearless, if you remove the attachments, nobody can defeat you. So even when we are working in a job, when we are doing a task, whether I lose that task or I do it well, it is not important. The important is attempting that task with full honesty. So be it corporate world, be it your personal life. अगर गर्लफ्रेंड के साथ बैठे हो तो बीबी की बातें मत करो, महाभारत हो जाएगी. और बीबी के साथ बैठे हो तो गर्लफ्रेंड की बात मत करो, वरना तो पता नहीं क्या होगा तुम्हारा. What task is given to you, focus on that task without thinking of the outcome.
Thank you. So we have one last question from our student.
बेटा थोड़ा जोर से बोलो. Speak a bit louder.
Good morning, sir. My name is Nisarga, and my question is, how Ramayana and Mahabharata helped you to build leadership skills?
बेटा वही मैंने अभी आपको पढ़ाया. पहला कनेक्शन, आपको एक करेक्शन कर दूं. आपने क्या बोला? रामायण एंड महाभारता. ये पता नहीं अंग्रेज लास्ट में ए कहां से लगा गए. अर्जुना, नाम अर्जुन है.
Sir, in South
धर्मा,
India we use a A.
धर्म है. योगा, योग है. रामायण, रामायण है. महाभारता, महाभारत है. पहला करेक्शन. दूसरा करेक्शन, बेटा अभी मैंने आपको जो चीज़ बताई वो लीडरशिप इसके लिए बताई. मैंने आपको टीम बिल्डिंग बताई, मैंने आपको धैर्य बताया, पेशेंस बताया, मैंने आपको कैरेक्टर बिल्डिंग बताया, मैंने कॉन्फ्लिक्ट बताया, मैंने प्रॉब्लम डेफिनेशन बताई. इसका एक ही सल्यूशन है, और जो सल्यूशन मैं सबको बोलता हूँ, शुरुआत करो. और मैं फिर बोल रहा हूँ, इसको रिलीजियस वे में नहीं लेना है. इसको, सॉरी, एनी इश्यूज?
Yes. In South we use A. Mahabharata, Ramayana, Arjuna, Rama, Krishna. We don't stop.
Not to offend you,
Ram.
Right.
but in Kannada, ರಾಮಾಯಣ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಹೇಳೋದು,
Okay.
ಮಹಾಭಾರತ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದು. Whereas you North Indian people say ರಾಮಾಯಣ. So that's just a correction.
Yes.
Okay, so she was not wrong in saying Ramayana. It is correct only.
Okay. Listen, lady, you got such a good support, you know. Everyone should clap for her. That is first corporate victory. But beta, that is what I am saying. If you understand, start from Ramayana, give 1 year, read it as a management book, then go for Mahabharata and Gita. You don't have to read it like a katha vachak or the sadhus and all those give sloks and all kind of. Read it as a management book. Once you complete Ramayana, go to Gita, then go to Chanakya, then read about Kautilya Arthashastra. I'll give you a very good example. When COVID came, so the world over was shut down. Everywhere, every country was shut down in panic. And every country leadership gave a stimulus package to the corporate world. Businessmen, millions and billions were doled off to the business owners. What happened? The millions went to business owners. The business owners offset their losses against that money which they have received. The inflation went up, and what is happening you are seeing in Europe and America today. What India did? India also got into panic. It went into lockdown, but we have a reason for lockdown because per square kilometer density of people are more in India. And according to my data analytics, if that wasn't a scene, we could have seen about 10 crore death in India very easily. But India did one thing very smart. That is leadership. What Modi did was, the corona came in March. March is Rabi Fasal. The new crop was harvested. The FCI was supposed to buy the crop because that is the medium the farmers sell their crops, in 90% in India. But FCI godowns were full. So you have only one objective. As an obligation from the government, buy the crop, keep it in open, let it destroy and sell it at 2 rupees per kg to liquor manufacturer. What Modi did? He asked FCI to open the godowns and give free ration to people. 80 crore. What happened? The godowns started depleting. The food grain started reaching the people free of cost. No cost to be paid. It was free ration. So everyone who was logged in, especially the unskilled and labor class people, they were logged in. They never came out on protest because hunger is one thing which is the reason for any protest. You forget any suffering, but for hunger you will protest. He prevented the spread of corona. Now he knows one thing very clear, that if anything to be done by the government, there is a process of tender, there is a process of procurement. The process takes 6 months to 1 year. So he called up his good friend Adani and Ambani, right? Few others, but let's use the word Adani and Ambani, all you're familiar with. भाई ऐसा है, silos बना. Adani and Ambani doesn't need any approval from cabinet ministers or anything. They dialed up their vice president and said, $2 billion का allocation करो, silos बनाओ. And within 6 months, the best silos to store food grains came up all over India, where the food can be stored for many years without losing the freshness or depleting quality. Correct? So you used the farmer crop, the godown overfull, to give free ration. You created a space for FCI to procure. The extra procurement went to the silos. The food grain which went free to the people never came out to protest. You prevented corona death. And at the end of the day, you created one of the best weapon any country can have, and that is food. If you want the nations to listen to you, control the oil, it is said. And if you want to control the people, control the food. And that is how the food control came in. And today, you all are witness of the news. everyone in the world, even the so-called America, they might eat burger and pizza, पर गेहूं तो हमसे खरीदेंगे ना, वो हमसे ले रहे हैं. So always this is how the strategy is defined. Never work for one objective. Create multiple objectives. Align your work in such a fashion, it creates multiple objectives to fulfill. Then only you can come out as a leader.
Yes, thank you, sir. Since the session has exceeded the time limit, we would now be not taking the questions. The questions shall be taken later. I now request our Dean Madam, Dr. Shubha, to propose the vote of thanks. Questions will be taken off the session.
Just one sec, I want to say something. You all are welcome to ask me any questions any time in your life if you want. I am available on LinkedIn and I am available on Telegram channel as DGP India. So join me on Telegram channel. There is a lot of learning. I keep on writing about management, leadership, team building, Ramayana, Mahabharata, politics of course. So you can join those channels and you can send me message if you have questions. I will be happy to answer. I cannot give you time frame that today if you ask, I'll answer immediately. Maybe 3 days, 4 days later, I'll respond, right? So you are all welcome to join that.
Before I propose the formal vote of thanks, a few things I wanted to share here. In fact, this RBS Distinguished Lecture Series is a very unique initiative of REVA Business School. The reason why we have initiated this is to bring in eminent people from various fields who could come here, share their experience, thoughts, knowledge with young students over here. And today we had students also in this auditorium and also many eminent leaders from the industry and audience also from various places have joined us. So it was a very different kind of a session that we witnessed here today in this auditorium. When I say this, of course, leadership is an experience because I joined this organization as a teacher maybe 16 years back. And I knew only teaching and administration or leadership was something, or managing a team was something very different for me. So each day I learn. So as sir was rightly telling, it is a continuous learning process. Probably somebody's experience, we might get motivated or inspired, but each one of us will have something to experience, and all this can happen only when we expose ourselves to a very different environment. In classrooms, probably you can just listen to the lectures delivered by us, but the practical implementation of this can happen when you just go out and experience things. So every session has a takeaway, and the takeaways can be different. Maybe what I take from this session and what each one of you would be taking away from this session would be very different, but at least one takeaway. Sir was telling every question, maybe it was fully loaded, but every small little thing, maybe we know that it could be character, credibility, patience. We keep on listening to these things, and we know that it is very important to become great leaders or good administrators or good human beings, first of all. So it is important that every word that sir was talking was very, very loaded. So to build character, to gain patience, or to practice all these things, it takes many, many years. And a conscious effort from each one of us is required. So, first of all, I extend my heartfelt thanks to Dr. Gaurav Pradhan sir for accepting our invitation. And it's not easy to get people like Dr. Gaurav Pradhan here. When Professor Raghavendra Prasad Shetty, my colleague, wrote to him, there was a very quick response from his end because it was talking to students. He said, I will come. And I must also thank the office people from Dr. Gaurav Pradhan's office who coordinated with us and helped us in organizing this lecture series in a befitting manner. Thank you to all of them who have worked behind this scene. And also, My heartfelt thanks goes to most of the industry people who are here, great leaders. Probably I do not know everybody's name, but we have many, many great people here in our midst today. It's I can say it's an honor to have all of you here. I think you should continue to associate with REVA University even in future. We will be happy to know from you and also learn from you. Thank you to all of you for coming here. And we have many in the audience. Invited guests from Dr. Pradhan's office. From their side also, we have many invited guests on behalf of Dr. Gaurav Pradhan sir, and also on behalf of the entire REVA family. I thank all of you for coming to REVA University. Most importantly, I must thank my entire team, my colleagues. So any initiative, we are all together. And last night when I was talking to Sir was telling me, what do you think, what is the definition of a team? It's not that all of you do the same kind of work to achieve a goal or an objective. The team composition should be like this. Each one of you should do something that the other person is not able to do. So your team should be having members who have unique attitudes, skills, and competence. I think I have a team like this, young, energetic, enthusiastic, ready to learn, and they are always with me. So a big thank you to all my team members who have helped me, supported me in organizing this particular lecture series. And most importantly, students from the department, that is MBA students are here, MSc students, data science students are also here. A big thank you to all of you, because if we have something, that we have delivered something and you have some takeaway from this session, we are very happy. I think each one of you should introspect, should understand what is being told, and should try to practice it in your day-to-day life. A big thank you to all students over here. And most importantly, we have the staff members from the Career Development Center. A big thank you to you, and all colleagues from all other departments, that is Department of C&IT, CSC, CSA, School of Management Studies, School of Commerce, and REVA Business School. A big thank you to all of you. Thanks to Devanand in the console, and thanks to Ravi Verma, Anup and his team for the video and the photography facility that has been provided, and all those who have supported in the conduction of the event, and especially a big thanks to the MC over here. Thank you, Preeti, and thank you all.
Thank you, sir. On behalf of all of us, thank you, ma'am, for giving us all the support. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Have a wonderful day ahead.